We are reading Bhagwat Geeta as it is by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. We are in chapter 2, text 41. Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branched. Yes. Let's read the purport. A strong faith that by Krishna consciousness one will be elevated to the highest perfection of life is called Vyavasayat, Vyavasayatmika intelligence. The Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 22.62 states, it's in Sanskrit, Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Vishwas Vishwasa Kahe Sudrada Nishchaya Krishne Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Krata Hya. Here. Faith means unflinching trust in something sublime. Yes. So if it is sublime, it is very soft and you cannot hold it. But you have to keep faith in that sublime thing. So something which is not very strong but not very tangible. When one is engaged in the duties of Krishna consciousness, he need not act in relationship to the material world with obligations to family traditions, humanity, or nationality. Fruitive activities are the engagements of one's reaction from past good or bad deeds. Yes. When one is awake in Krishna consciousness, he need no longer endeavor for good results in his activities. So when you are in Krishna consciousness, so you are doing work in Krishna consciousness and then you are not bothered whether it is going to give you good results or bad results or fruitive results. You are just doing it because you are Krishna conscious and your conscious is asking you to do it. Whether it's going to result in what, result may be anything. It doesn't bother you. When one is situated in Krishna consciousness, all activities are on the absolute plane. So nothing is right, nothing is wrong. It may be right for someone, it may be wrong for someone. But when it is done in Krishna consciousness, it needs to be done. So a lot of speculation gets sidelined or becomes empty because of this approach. You don't need to now speculate. मैंने ये ठीक किया कि नहीं किया. You don't have to. For they are no longer subject to dualities like good and bad. The highest perfection of Krishna consciousness is renunciation of the material conception of life. This state is automatically achieved by progressive Krishna consciousness. The resolute purpose of a person in Krishna consciousness is based on knowledge. Yes. Vasudeva Sarvam Iti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. A person in Krishna consciousness is the rare good soul who knows perfectly that Vasudeva or Krishna is the root of all manifested causes. As by watering the root of a tree, one automatically distributes water to the leaves and branches, so by acting in Krishna consciousness, one can render the highest service to everyone, namely self, family, society, country, humanity, etc. If Krishna is satisfied by one's action, then everyone will be satisfied. Yes. Service in Krishna consciousness is, however, best practiced under the able guidance of a spiritual master, yes, who is a bona fide representative of Krishna, who knows the nature of the student, and who can guide him to act in Krishna consciousness. As such, to be well versed in Krishna consciousness, one has to act firmly and obey the representative of Krishna, and one should accept the instruction of the bona fide spiritual master as one's mission in life. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur instructs us in his famous prayers for the spiritual master as follows. In quotes, by satisfaction of the spiritual master, the Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes satisfied. And by not satisfying the spiritual master, there is no chance of being promoted to the plane of Krishna consciousness. I should therefore meditate and pray for his mercy 3 times a day and offer my respectful obeisances unto him, my spiritual master. Yes. The whole process, quotes close. The whole process, however, depends on perfect knowledge of the soul beyond the conception of the body, not theoretically but practically, when there is no longer a chance for sense gratification manifested in fruitive activities. Yes. So, whatever activities you are doing, you keep doing in Krishna consciousness till the point where it stops giving you any sense gratification. Yeah. So when it stops giving you sense gratification and you still keep doing it, that's the right path to reach Krishna per se. So you need to unfix your mind from fruitive results. And when you do that, a lot of issues and a lot of problem and a lot of mental speculations becomes dim. Let's move to text 42 and 43. They are given together. Men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, which recommend various fruitive activities for elevation to heavenly planets, result in good birth, power, and so forth. Yes, we do lot of puja, we do Kanya puja, we do Lakshmi puja. We do all these puja so that we get something out of it, right? It is done for peace, happiness. Okay, even if it is not, even if it is not tangible, even intangible things are finally material things that you are asking from the demigods, right? And that is the reason why you're doing these activities, these spiritual activities, which will lead you to gain these fruitive results. Being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this. Yes, let's read the purport. So, of course, there is a lot of things beyond these sense gratification, correct? But we are just limiting ourselves to sense gratification till we achieve all the comfort, all the riches, all the opulences in life, abundance, happiness. So, happiness के आगे क्या है? Let's read the purport. People in general are not very intelligent, and due to their ignorance, they are most attached to the fruitive activities recommended in the Karma Kand portions of the Vedas. They do not want anything more than sense gratificatory proposals for enjoying life in heaven, where wine and women are available and material opulences is very common. In the Vedas, many sacrifices are recommended for elevation to the heavenly planets, especially the Jyotishtoma sacrifices. Jyotish, Jyotishtom, Jyotishtom sacrifices. In fact, it is stated that anyone desiring elevation to heavenly planets must perform these sacrifices, and men with a poor fund of knowledge think that this is the whole purpose of Vedic wisdom. It is very difficult for such inexperienced persons to be situated in the determined action of Krishna consciousness, as fools are attached to the flowers of poisonous trees without knowing the results of such attractions. Unenlightened men are similarly attracted by such heavenly opulence and the sense enjoyment thereof. Yes. In the Karma Kand section of the Vedas, it is said, Apam so mam, so mum, amrata, abhuma, and akshayam. Ha vai chaturmasya yagniha. Sukratam, sukratam bhavati. In other words, those who perform the 4-month penances become eligible to drink the somras or beverages to become immortal and happy forever. Even on this earth, some are very eager to have somras to become strong and fit to enjoy sense gratifications. Such persons have no faith in liberation from material bondage, and they are very much attached to the pompous ceremonies of Vedic sacrifices. They are generally sensual and they do not want anything other than the heavenly pleasures of life. It is understood that there are gardens called Nandana Kanan in which there is good opportunity for association with angelic beautiful women and having a profuse supply of somras wine. Such bodily happiness is certainly sensual. Therefore, there are those who are purely attached to such material, temporary happiness as lords of the material world. Yes. So once you have got this happiness, even when after you get these happiness, what is there after that? Nobody wants to know that. They just wants to they limit themselves with this material. Let's move to text 44. In the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. Yes. Let's read the purport. Samadhi means fixed mind. The Vedic dictionary, the Nirukti, says Samyak adhiyate smin atma tattva yathamyam maha. When the mind is fixed for understanding the self, it is said to be in samadhi. Samadhi is never possible for persons interested in material sense enjoyments and bewildered by such temporary things. They are more or less condemned by the process of material energy. Yes. So everything is temporary when we are in the material world, basically. And what to enjoy of temporary enjoyments, like what to feel proud of temporary enjoyments. It's not like an achievement anymore. Let's move to 45. Text 45. The Vedas deal mainly with the subject of the 3 modes of material nature. O Arjun, become transcendental to these 3 modes. Become transcendental to these 3 modes. Be free from all dualities and from all anxieties for gain and safety and be established in the self. Yes, let's read the purport. All material activities involve actions and reactions in the 3 modes of material nature. They are meant for future results which cause bondage in the material world. The Vedas deal mostly with future activities to gradually elevate the general public from the field of sense gratification to a position on the transcendental plane. Yes. So basically सबको नहीं मिल रहा है मुझे मिल रहा है so मुझे मिलना चाहिए. So everybody from the general public you are trying to elevate yourself to have more. Arjun as a student and friend of Lord Krishna is advised to raise himself to the transcendental position of Vedant philosophy, where in the beginning there is Brahma Jignasa or questions on the supreme transcendence. All the living entities who are in the material world are struggling very hard for existence. Yes? For them, the Lord, after creation of the material world, gave the Vedic wisdom, advising how to live and get rid of the material entanglement. So, this life is like a quiz for you. That today I'm giving you this life so that you can get free from its entanglement. Show me how you can get free from this now. You know, when the activities for sense gratification, namely Karma Kand chapter, are finished, then the chance for spiritual realization is offered in the form of Upanishads, which are part of different Vedas, as the Bhagwat Geeta is a part of the fifth Veda, namely the Mahabharata. The Upanishads mark the beginning of the transcendental life. As long as the material body exists, there are actions and reactions in the material modes. One has to learn tolerance in the face of dualities such as happiness and distress, or cold with warmth, and by tolerating such dualities, become free from anxieties regarding gain and loss. Yes. This transcendental position is achieved in full Krishna consciousness when one is fully dependent on the goodwill of Krishna. Yes, so beautifully provided that whether you are going to win or you're going to lose, if you are in Krishna consciousness, you're definitely not going to experience any kind of anxiety around it. So it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be on the same plane. Good, bad, evil, godly. Everything is gonna be on the same plane, and it's gonna bring you calm. It's gonna help you reach out to your consciousness and do the thing which your consciousness is asking you to tell, without measuring it whether it's good or bad. Yes. So that faith, that strength, that courage needs to be built. Let's move to text 46. All purpose served by a small well can at once be served by a great reservoir of water. Similarly, all the purposes of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind them. Let's read the purport. The rituals and sacrifices mentioned in the Karma Kand division of the Vedic literature are meant to encourage gradual development of self realization. And the purpose of self realization is clearly stated in the 15th chapter of the Bhagwat Geeta 15.15. The purpose of studying the Vedas is to know Lord Krishna, the primeval cause of everything. So, self realization means understanding Krishna and one's eternal relationship with him. The relationship of the living entities with Krishna is also mentioned in 15th chapter. The living entities are parts and parcels of Krishna. Therefore, revival of Krishna consciousness by the individual living entity is the highest perfectional stage of Vedic knowledge. This is confirmed in the Srimad Bhagavatam 3.33.7 as follows, in quotes. O my Lord, a person who is chanting your holy name, although born of a low family like that of a Chandala or dog eater, is situated on the highest platform of self realization. Such a person must have performed all kinds of penances and sacrifices according to Vedic rituals and studied the Vedic literatures many, many times after taking this bath in all the holy places of pilgrimage. Such a person is considered to be the best of the Aryan family. Yes. Quotes close. So one must be intelligent enough to understand the purpose of the Vedas without being attached to the rituals only. Yes. So we are doing the rituals as per the Veda, but what is the real purpose of doing the ritual is the Vedic purpose, is the Vedic wisdom. That we are, what is the wisdom that we are going to gain out of doing this kind of ritual is something to understand. and must not desire to be elevated to the heavenly kingdoms for a better quality of sense gratification. Yes. So when you desire to be elevated to a better planet where you have better sense gratification, you are getting further entangled in the material world. And so you are at when you treat good and bad on the same plane, you will not have the desire to feel a higher sense gratification, although you are feeling it, and that is going to make you feel more elevated, learn more about yourself, learn more about Krishna. It is not possible for the common man in this age to follow all the rules and regulations of the Vedic rituals, nor is it possible to study all of the Vedanta and the Upanishads thoroughly. It requires much time, energy, knowledge, and resources to execute the purposes of the Vedas. This is hardly possible in this age. The best purpose of Vedic culture is served, however, by chanting the holy name of the Lord as recommended by Lord Chaitanya, the deliverer of all fallen souls. When Lord Chaitanya was asked by a great Vedic scholar, Prakashananda Saraswati, why he, the Lord, was chanting the holy name of the Lord like a sentimentalist instead of studying Vedanta philosophy, the Lord replied that his spiritual master had found him to be a great fool and thus asked him to chant the holy name of Lord Krishna. He did so and became ecstatic like a madman. In this age of Kali, most of the population is foolish and not adequately educated to understand Vedanta philosophy. The best purpose of Vedanta philosophy is served by inoffensively chanting the holy name of Lord. Vedanta is the last word in Vedic wisdom, and the author and knower of the Vedanta philosophy is Lord Krishna. And the highest Vedantist is the great soul who takes pleasure in chanting the holy name of the Lord. That is the ultimate purpose of all Vedic mysticism. Let's let's do text 47. You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities and never be attached to not doing your duty. Yes. Let's read the purport. There are three considerations here: prescribed duties, capricious work, and inaction. Yes. Prescribed duties are activities enjoined in terms of one's acquired modes of material nature. Yes. Capricious work means actions without the sanction of authority. Yes. And inaction means not performing one's prescribed duties. So there are three things. One is that you have been prescribed duties. That means you are, let's say you are a mother today, so you have a duty to take care of your child. Correct? Automatically. So this is a prescribed duty. And when you do this duty, um, it's called prescribed duties. Capricious work is when you, as a mother, you do something which is not correct to your child. Okay? Like you're not doing your duties correctly or you're doing something wrong. Okay? And inaction means you're not doing your duties at all as a mother. So there are three things. You're doing your duties, you're doing the duties wrong, and you're not doing duties at all. Correct? Capricious work means actions without the sanction of authority, and inaction means not performing one's prescribed duty. The Lord advised that Arjun not be inactive, but that he perform his prescribed duty without being attached to the result. One who is attached to the result of his work is also the cause of the action. Thus, he is the enjoyer or sufferer of the result of such actions. The minute you start attaching your to the results of your action, you become the cause. So when you don't attach yourself with the results of the action, you do not remain the cause of that action, and it is the cause becomes Krishna. Yes. As far as prescribed duties are concerned, they are they can be fitted into three subdivisions, namely routine work, emergency work, and desired activities. Routine work performed as an obligation in terms of the scriptural injunctions without desire for results is action in the mode of goodness. Work with results becomes the cause of bondage. Therefore, such work is not auspicious. Everyone has his proprietary right in regard to prescribed duties, but should act without attachment to the result. Such disinterested obligatory duties doubtlessly lead one to the path of liberation. Yes. Arjun was therefore advised by the Lord to fight as a matter of duty without attachment to the results. He is not participating. He was attaching himself to the results that if this happens, then what will happen? What is the point of living without relations, without relatives? Half of my kingdom will die. Okay. So he's attaching himself to the results of his fight. His non-participation in the battle is another side of attachment. Yes. Such attachment never leads one to the path of salvation. Yes. कभी भी अपने पाप धो नहीं पाओगे आप अगर आपने ऐसा किया. Any attachment, positive or negative, is cause for bondage. Inaction is sinful. Inaction मतलब पाप ही है. अगर तुम गलत भी कर रहे हो तो एटलीस्ट तुम कर रहे हो. सही कर रहे हो तो एटलीस्ट तुम कर रहे हो. लेकिन अगर तुम कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे हो तो ये तो पाप ही हो. Therefore, fighting as a matter of duty was the only auspicious path of salvation for Arjuna. Yes. Let's end here with Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Let's do some Radha Jap. Radha, Shri Radha, Radha, Shri Radha, Radha, Shri Radha. Stop.